What's up guys? Will from Will's Bike Care here. Now one of the most important products in the whole DIY detail line, I think is right here. This is the gold standard polish. When the DIY detail brand started, this was one of the most unique products in the industry because this is a polish. Usually those are in a little squeeze top bottles, but this is used with a sprayer. So you spray this onto your pad and get an even distribution of the polish. And also, when you squeeze the trigger, every spray is the same amount. You're not putting too much or too little on your pad. Now this product is super user-friendly. It has really low risk of burning paint. Because of that, DIY Detail hasn't had a product that's going to address the really bad scratches or really horrible swirls. But that changes now because DIY Detail now has a gold standard compound. Because the biggest criticism that this all-in-one polish people have is that it's just not cutting it off. Now this, paired with the polish, you get a complete system because you can start with the compound and finish with the polish, and that becomes a true two-step process. And with the introduction of this compound, they also came out with a new cutting pad. This is the wool pad from DIY Detail. If you compare it to the old one, the fibers are a lot longer. So if you look at it side to side, the fibers are so much longer and there's a lot more cushion. That's also because this is meant to be used with a rotary and not a DA. But that's what we're gonna test out because I got this really cool car that I'm gonna be working on that will need a lot of help. After we finish polishing it, we're gonna finish off with DIY Detail's new Type 2 8-year ceramic coating. So this new Type 2 coating eliminates all the forever chemicals. So now if you come into contact with the ceramic coating, which you shouldn't because you should be wearing gloves, but if you do, it's not gonna be as bad for you because they have eliminated all the forever chemicals, which is always a win for the consumer. So we'll be installing this 8-year on that beautiful Maserati. So without further ado, let's get to it. So here we got this beautiful Maserati. I just washed it, so it looks really shiny. It looks good from 6 feet away. Now, if you bring it into the sun where you get closer and you start looking at it or bring a light to it, yeah, the paint is pretty messed up. Over the years, this car has been through a lot of car washes, even some adventures into the mountains. So it's got, some defects here and there, and most of it just swirls and scratches. So that's gonna be what we're targeting today. For swirls, we all know that it's pretty easily removable, even with an all-in-one pad, the gold standard pad here, and a polish, like gold standard polish. But if you look closer, some places, there are some deeper scratches. For those, I don't really know a all-in-one polish like gold standard polish and pad can take care of. So I think that's where the woolly mammoth here comes in with this gold standard compound. And the philosophy that DIY Detail teaches is you always want to preserve clear coat because it's finite. Every time you polish, you're removing clear coat. So you're never removing any scratches, you're just bringing the clear coat around it down to the level of that scratch. So with all that said, you do have to be careful with a compound like this. So this is definitely a use with caution and only when it's necessary kind of product. What we're gonna be doing today is I wanna figure out when this is necessary and when it's not. What we can address with this gold standard polish and what will require us to take out the compound. So let's get to polishing. All right, so over here on the right side of the hood, we got some pretty gnarly swirls. But if you look closer right here, these are deeper scratches. Not exactly sure what happened here, but I don't know if the gold standard polish can take care of that. So that's gonna be an interesting test. I'm gonna start with the gold standard polish real quick, just give it a quick pass and see what comes out and then what doesn't. This is not how you apply gold standard polish. That was an accident. This is a rinse Scampen towel, by the way. It helps removing polishing oils. And then the dry towel. buff it dry. Let's see. Guys, most of the swirls are gone. Most. And even this becomes a lot less noticeable. That's pretty crazy, I gotta admit. With just this all-in-one pad and polish, how much it removed. But still, I can see some stuff here. Now, normally, I wouldn't go after it all that much since, you know, I'm a fake detailer. I'm not really the pros. This looks really good already to me, so usually I wouldn't go past it. I don't have insurance. But if you do, we got this over here and this compound. Now, don't know how much this is gonna remove or how much more it would do, but let's see. This is an experiment, right? On this very expensive Maserati. So this doesn't use a sprayer. As you can see, it uses a squeeze top. So we're going old school here, squeezing it onto the pad like this. 3 little large peas. I'm gonna dab it around. Speed 1, we're gonna go slow on this. Oh, so I see this over here. I think that means that this is about done. You don't want to polish it more because Ivan told me that this is actually a short working time compound. So you don't want to spend too much time on it. Quick pass and then wipe off. So now we're gonna wipe this off. It's a little tackier to wipe off than the gold standard polish. So I definitely say that user experience is not like the gold standard polish. That still ranks #1 in user friendliness and beginner friendliness. So a lot of that is basically gone. I can't even see what was over here. Maybe it's slightly, I can see some here. I can see some here, but it's very faint. And you can probably see that there's now added swirls. And I think that is from the compound and the rotary. So of course, after this, you do want to go after it with the gold standard pad and polish. And what Ivan told me is that you actually don't need to wipe off after you do the compound. You can just go after it with the gold standard polish. This humpback machine, absolutely love it. So balanced. So take a look at this. I would consider this a finished product. This is so smooth. I mean, there's still some, but obviously, if you want to go for it, you can. To me, in a matter of reality, it just isn't worth it to go all the way and remove this completely and go down to that level, because you'll be left with a much thinner clear coat. And no one's promising that this won't get scratched in the future. And if you do a light polishing, maybe that coat remove all of your clear coat, and now you need to get this hole repainted. So I think that just isn't worth it. This, to me, it's already so much glossier. You're not seeing the gnarly swirls, and the bigger scratches are a lot less noticeable. So I take this as a win. So this, to me, so far feels like a normal compound, and does have a really good cutting ability. So in that way, I think it's very impressive. But what intrigues me the most is that this is a system. So after the gold standard compound, you can skip the wipe off and just go straight to the gold standard polish. So I want to try that because that would save a lot of time. You don't, if you're doing the 2-step, you cut out that wipe off time and you can just go straight to polishing and get the end product. So let's see how that really works. So again, pretty gnarly here. We got some deeper ones here. These are pretty straight scratches, but whatever. Some long one here. But yeah, mostly just swirls. So we're gonna do the 2-step system in one go and see what we get in the end. Look at the pad. That is filthy. So it actually is removing a lot of stuff, and I'm guessing this is picking up some of the stuff that the compound removed as well. All right guys, so this is after 2 passes of the gold standard compound and the gold standard polish, because I wasn't satisfied with the first one. And you can see the flakes now. You can still see some scratches here and there. Not all of them are gone, but it's certainly a lot better. If you look really hard, yeah, you can still see some swirls. I'm not sure if this paint is just soft and I need to go with a jeweling pad to get rid of it. Or maybe the compound is leaving it very deep and the polish is not removing it. All right, so here we go. This is a red jeweling pad with some gold standard polish on it. I'm gonna do a quick pass and see if we see a difference. So here we go. Yeah, you know what? This paint is really soft. The jeweling pad took care of all of that. Looks a lot better now. So I guess it just depends on the paint. Softer paint, you know, with that woolly mammoth is going to leave more, and you just have to be, it's a little bit more finicky. So I guess I have to go over with the red jeweling pad. All right, but getting back to the paint, this is just one step with the gold standard polish. So is this, gold standard polish. We did not use the wool pad here. And on this side is gold standard compound and polish right after. So you can kind of see the difference. It does remove a lot more. All right guys, so here we got a super nice Maserati black paint. So great to show you guys. Now that it's completely ready, I did a panel prep as well. Let's try out the new 8-year Type 2. So over here, we got the new coating, still the same aluminum bottle, so don't worry about it if you drop it, and the applicator. And you do wanna have 2 towels with you, 1 leveling towel and 1 insurance towel, so you don't leave any high spots. And shout out to the House of Rags Freebirds. Amazing towels. All right, so let's try coating this area and see if this is just as easy to apply as before. And since your first application is gonna be heavier, start from the middle section and then work around. So I'm gonna box my working area. And then fill in the box. It's kind of like adult coloring, except if you mess up, you're kind of screwed. I'm just joking. This coating is super forgiving, which is what I love so much about this coating, is that, you know, I've left high spot on here for a day or 2, and I came back with a towel, and I was still able to wipe it off, although with a little bit of pressure, but I was still able to fix it. I didn't have to pull out a polisher and get it off and then recoated. So I always believe that this is one of the most beginner-friendly ceramic coatings that you can get into, and also with amazing performance. So just like that, that's coated. And what I'm noticing with this coating is that it's very self-leveling. It's not leaving a very distinct haze. It's a little different than the last one. So about right here, it's just kind of like an even kind of oil on water kind of look. I think that's about ready for wipe off. Especially right here, if you look at the light, you see that kind of rainbow effect. And one cool trick to know if this is ready for wipe off is you just put the towel down and print it. See if it leaves a print. And I don't really see it, so this is ready for wipe off. And I almost feel like this coating versus the last version, or I should say type, versus type 1, this feels a little bit more oily. I don't know if that makes sense. It wipes off pretty easily as well, just like this, but it just feels a little more oily. So you definitely do not want to apply this too thick, because if you do, you'll be kind of pushing it around. So just like Ivan's teaching, you want to be stingy with this coating. You don't want to over apply it. As long as you see you leaving a mark, you're definitely good. And this, super slippery. Look at this. So here I want to show you guys what it looks like with this coating on black paint. The kind of finish out it'll give you. And I think people call it the jetting effect, is that it kind of makes your paint darker, richer looking. So here's the one I'm talking about. Do you see this line right here? That's the difference. Right here, it's just black, black.
Black.
But here is like black.
Black.
It's just a deeper kind of finish. It makes it look, richer, and in other colors as well. So it's gonna look more saturated if it's a color. If it's black, it's just gonna look deeper and more menacing. So moving on to the vertical panels. Since I have been using this, usually 3 to 4 drops, that's all I do. Cap back on, and again, start from the center, box in my area. From 3 to 4 drops, I can do 3/4 of a door to a whole door. You don't need much with this coating. And this is not a small door. Because as long as you're wiping and you're seeing a trail left behind, then you're good. So it has been 2 weeks since I last seen this car, and it's been driven here and there. It's not a garage queen. It does get driven, to work, and it's looking really clean. Let's see how this coating is really performing. Holy crap, guys. Look at that. It is not sticking at all. Now let's see the vertical panels. Yeah, water has no chance. That's such a joy to watch. All right, the whole car is washed. Let's see. Holy crap. Look at all those water beads. Initially, when I sprayed the first coat over, you can see the millions of, or maybe that's exaggerating, of water beads on it. That's really crazy. Look at those water beads just trying to find its way out of here. That's insane. Wow. Look at that water just evacuating. Now, many of you might already know this, but when your car is coated like this, it makes drying so much easier. Right now, I have the whole car coated in some rinseless wash as a drying aid. You shouldn't just dry with just water, because not a very good lubricant. Rinseless wash is much better. Now the whole car is wet. I'm only gonna use a single towel. This is not even a big one. This is a Diva rinseless from the House of Rags. It's about, my torso size. I wanna fold this and dry the whole car with just this one towel. Even with the biggest towel, if this car is not coated, it's gonna streak all over the place. It's gonna make drying a lot harder. The experience is just a lot worse. That's why you always use some kind of ceramic spray or some kind of sealant to help drying. Look at that. Just a single wipe. A single towel like this might be pushing it, especially with all the moisture I spray onto the car. And this is an executive sedan at the end of the day. This is the same length as my 3-row SUV over there. But normally, 1 to 2 towels, maybe just another small one, will be enough. But you get my point. It is a lot easier to dry this car with a coating on, because water just evacuates so much easier. You see, all of this is all dry. Just a quick wipe down. Now when your towel is too wet, it will streak like that a little bit. The car turned out amazing. The water beading on this coating is just truly insane. That's the type of performance that you can expect from a professional coating, even though, they're so easy to install now. This is truly a professional coating. In the compound, this thing does cut a lot, and you want to be careful with it. And it's good that it has short working time, because you don't want to work too long with it. If you do, that increases the chance of you burning paint. So I think it's smart that it's a short working formula. To me, I feel like this combo over here is going to be just for rare occasions that you have just really bad swirls or scratches. Most of the time, this will remove most of the scratches and swirls. This still does a lot. Again, this is here as an option if you need it. And now the gold standard system is truly complete. So if you guys want to check out these products, Wheels Ryker 10 will get you 10% off at the House of Rags for a DIY detail. So thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, bye.